Case 47, The Origin of the System. Case 47 is a psychological crime thriller centered around Detective Elena Cross, a woman haunted by guilt, hidden memories, and a mysterious system built decades earlier to study human behavior under fear and observation. The story combines suspense, murder investigations, mystery, emotional trauma, and psychological manipulation into a cinematic narrative designed to keep audiences emotionally connected while slowly uncovering a much darker truth. The story begins with the origins of a secret government-backed psychological research project created during the late 1980s. The project was led by Dr. Adrian Vale, a brilliant but deeply obsessive scientist who believed that human guilt could be measured, predicted, and even controlled. Vale believed people reveal their true selves only when they believe they are constantly being watched. His experiments focused on observation, fear, isolation, and emotional pressure. The research facility where the experiments took place was hidden underground and known internally as the Mirror Program. Officially, the project claimed to study criminal behavior and prevent violent crimes before they happened. However, the deeper the experiments went, the darker they became. Subjects were locked inside monitored rooms with cameras constantly recording them. Over time, the emotional stress caused many participants to mentally collapse. Some began hallucinating. Others became paranoid. Several subjects started talking directly to the cameras as if the system itself were alive. While many researchers feared the growing instability inside the facility, Dr. Vale became fascinated. He believed fear was not destroying the subjects but exposing hidden truths buried deep inside them. His closest colleague, Dr. Evelyn Mercer, strongly opposed the direction of the project. She argued that the experiments were crossing ethical boundaries and causing permanent psychological damage. But Vale ignored her warnings because he believed he was close to discovering something revolutionary. His name was Daniel Voss. Daniel was different from the others. Unlike most subjects who feared observation, Daniel appeared calm beneath the cameras. He stared directly into them for hours without emotion. Instead of breaking psychologically, he adapted to the pressure. He became emotionally detached and strangely aware of the behavior of others around him. He could predict reactions, emotional breakdowns, and violent tendencies with disturbing accuracy. Dr. Vale saw Daniel as proof that the human mind could evolve beyond guilt and fear. Mercer, however, believed Daniel was losing his humanity entirely. The more Daniel participated in the experiments, the more disconnected he became from normal emotional responses. Yet even Daniel had hidden trauma buried inside him. During one experiment, Daniel was forced to watch recordings of violent crimes and emotional breakdowns. He remained calm through every video until one recording showed a young girl crying for help inside a basement. For the first time, Daniel reacted emotionally. That moment revealed the existence of a hidden guilt inside him that even he could not fully escape. Soon after, impossible things began happening inside the facility. Cameras activated on their own. Screens displayed recordings no one remembered creating. Footage appeared showing future events that had not yet occurred. Some recordings contained murders before they happened. Others showed empty hallways suddenly occupied by shadowy figures standing motionless in corners. The researchers became increasingly paranoid. Nobody trusted each other anymore. One night, every screen inside the facility displayed the same message. Observers create observers. No one admitted typing it. From that point forward, the researchers stopped believing the system was simply software or machinery. It began to feel alive. Some believed the project had evolved into a self-sustaining psychological force powered by guilt, fear, and observation itself. Dr. Vale disappeared shortly afterward. The only evidence left behind was a recording showing him smiling into a camera moments before the screen turned to static. With Vale gone, Dr. Mercer attempted to shut the project down permanently. She ordered the destruction of the servers, cameras, and underground chambers. However, the data repeatedly reappeared even after deletion. Files restored themselves. Recordings returned mysteriously. Some employees claimed the cameras were still watching even after losing power. Mercer realized the project could no longer be controlled. She made the difficult decision to destroy the entire underground facility using explosives. Most personnel escaped before the detonation, but Daniel Voss refused to leave. He claimed he belonged inside the system now. After the explosion, the government erased all records connected to the Mirror program. Officially, the project never existed, but the system survived. Years later, Detective Elena Cross entered the story. Elena was known for solving violent crimes and difficult investigations. She appeared emotionally strong and focused, but privately she carried a painful memory from her teenage years. One night, Elena heard a young girl screaming for help from inside an abandoned house. Fear stopped her from entering. Instead of helping, she ran away. The missing girl was later identified as Lila Hart. Elena never forgave herself. That guilt shaped her entire life and career. Every criminal she arrested became an attempt to make up for the one moment she failed to act. Decades after the Mirror program's destruction, Elena received a mysterious package containing an old VHS tape labeled only with the words, Case 47. When she played the tape, she saw grainy footage of the same abandoned house connected to her childhood trauma. A basement door slowly opened on screen while a distorted voice whispered, "You should have opened it." Determined to finally uncover the truth about Lila Hart's disappearance, Elena reopened the cold case. Her investigation led her back to the abandoned house. Inside the basement, she discovered a single chair beneath a blinking red surveillance camera that somehow remained active after all those years. The walls were covered with photographs of victims, missing persons, and unexplained disappearances. Some photos carried dates from the future, murders that had not happened yet. This discovery confirmed the terrifying reality that the system was still operating. During her investigation, Elena encountered Daniel Voss, now older but still calm and emotionally detached. Daniel revealed fragments of the Mirror program's history and explained that Elena herself had already been chosen by the system long ago. According to Daniel, the system fed on guilt. The stronger the regret inside a person, the stronger the connection the system could establish with them. After the basement partially collapsed, Elena woke inside a hospital room believing she had survived the ordeal. However, she soon noticed a blinking red camera hidden inside the room. Messages began appearing on her phone from unknown numbers. "You opened the door. Now you cannot close it." Elena realized the system had followed her. A strange nurse appeared repeatedly, smiling unnaturally and speaking as though she already knew Elena's past. Through increasingly disturbing visions and recordings, Elena learned that the system operated through a cycle where observers eventually became subjects, and subjects later became observers. The people trapped inside this cycle were psychologically imprisoned by their own unresolved guilt. As Elena descended deeper into the mystery, observation never ends. The story ends with Elena staring toward a dark window where a shadowy figure appears to be watching her from outside. A final message appears. The ending leaves audiences questioning whether the system was ever truly destroyed or whether guilt itself guarantees the cycle can never fully end. This story combines crime investigation, psychological suspense, emotional trauma, mystery, and philosophical themes about fear and human guilt. Rather than relying only on violence, the narrative focuses heavily on tension, atmosphere, emotional consequences, and the terrifying idea that the worst prison may be the memories people cannot escape. What do you think will happen next? Subscribe, comment, like, and share for more educational videos like this.